Folks, Outlander Season 7 is officially over, and now I'm in the biggest slump ever since I know that nothing I watch will ever match the level of Outlander until the 8th season of the show comes around. So, let's talk about when will Outlander Season 8 be out, and what can we expect from it. But before, we need to go over the events of the Season 7 finale because, what the hell? On the one hand, I'm slightly disappointed. I was expecting war, backlash against Jamie for trying to leave the army, bigger outbursts, and bigger resolutions in general. So, on that note, the episode was kinda underwhelming in my opinion. On the other hand, though, it had one of the biggest twists of the show so far that even the book readers did not see coming. And yes, my jaw is on the floor. Okay, let's start from the beginning. The episode starts with the questioning of Jane by a local journalist. She has no remorse, no regrets, no issues with being presented as the ultimate villain and even monster in the public eye. And we are all proud of her. In the meantime, William asks for John Grey's help, desperately trying to save her. He then goes to Jamie, and we all know that he wouldn't go to Jamie, the man who broke his heart into pieces by lying to him for years, unless he was truly helpless. Even though Jamie agrees to help him to save Jane, things do not go the way they hoped. They find Jane dead, leaving William devastated. Put a pin to this point because it actually embeds a very dark secret in it. We will come back to it. By the way, pretty early on in the episode, we learn that Claire is fine. Apparently, as she said, she decided to live. And I don't know about you guys, but I really resented this season for building up a storyline for an episode and then dropping it like it is hot in the very next episode. This happened with Jamie's supposed death early on, then Claire and John Grey's brief affair, and now with Claire's death. Come on now. We spent an episode for all these massive events for them to be built up, as if they will be the biggest incident of the season. And then, in the very next episode, everything turns to normal. I get that they had to tell a bunch of storylines in a single season since the show is coming to an end, but still, I really dislike this rushed feeling to the season. It gives me big Game of Thrones finale vibes, and I hate it. But let me know what you thought of it. Anyway, now that Claire is alive, there is no drama left on that front, except for a very brief but very crucial scene. When she was in her ill bed, Claire saw Master Raymond coming to her room. Of course, Claire was in shock. She literally lost her words at the scene. Master Raymond apologized to her out of nowhere and told her to have faith and leave. And this, my friends, was the most important scene of the entire episode. If you don't remember, Master Raymond was a very critical figure when Claire was living in Paris and had that stillborn baby. Did you remember that dreadful time when Jamie had a duel and got himself into trouble while Claire was having the worst pregnancy, ever? How could you not remember? It was the most horrendous storyline of the show ever. And now, that guy who handled the birth of the baby shows up in Claire's room. Is this just a coincidence? No, my friend, no. And I'll explain everything just in a second. Claire also has a farewell with John Grey, which was heartwarming but also interesting because does this mean we won't see John in Season 8? If so, I have to admit that I was expecting a more emotional scene from them. After all, John has been one of the main characters of the series over the past few years. He deserved a more glamorous jubilee. And if he will in fact be in Season 8, then I don't understand the point of this scene at all. So feel free to enlighten me in the comments below. And now, it is time to talk about that biggest plot twist of the entire season. When William brought Jane's sister, Frances, to Jamie and Claire, I knew something was off. Not only because they spent minutes in the season finale dedicated only for her, which felt a bit off at first, but also because the little girl was very talented. Very talented for a random side character. Turns out, she was not yet another side character. As Jamie and Claire helps her out through the mourning period after her sister Claire realizes that the girl's mother's name was Faith. Claire also sees the picture of Faith. She feels something when looking at the picture, but she doesn't give much thought on it. But then, when they were about to leave, she heard Francesca murmuring a little song, the song that Claire sang to her stillborn baby back in Paris all those years. Do you see where this is going? Oh my God, I'm getting excited even talking about it. When Claire asked Francesca when she learned that song from, Francesca says her mother thought her. And in that very moment, Claire realizes something huge. Her stillborn daughter, Faith, has somehow lived, and Francesca is in fact her granddaughter. Can you believe it? I'm truly shaking right now. Who could have seen this coming all those years later? I definitely could not, especially since such a storyline does not. and I repeat, does not exist in the books. So, where the hell all these come from? Like, what is all this about? If you have any answers or ideas, please let me know in the comments below because I'm truly baffled. Also, does this mean William had a romance with his half-niece? Like, seriously? Dear Diana Gabaldon, my dear, are you okay? Or do you have any explanation for all these because I'm truly out of words? Okay, what else? Well, William and Jamie had that highly expected face-off finally, but to me, it was simply underwhelming. William told him that he will never call Jamie his father, which was brutal, but other than that, the entire scene was very brief and very meh. Brianna and Roger reunited, as expected, but other than that, nothing has happened in their storyline. Like, literally nothing. Happy family ending. That's it. And honestly, since their storyline was the most exciting one throughout the season, I'm surprised that there wasn't more drama or questions rising in the end. Oh, also, young Ian is becoming a father, and his dog is dead. Yeah, there is that. Okay now, what will happen in Season 8? Well, first of all, Jamie and Claire will put on their detective hats and go after Faith's traces. It is clear that somehow Master Ramsden saved the baby, kidnapped it, and enabled her to live. But it is also clear that she did not exactly live the best life ever. In order to make their wrongs right, Claire and Jamie will adopt Francesca, providing her with the life she deserves. Honestly, this excites me a lot because seeing a young face in the show with lots of opportunities ahead will give at the very last season of the show a hopeful note in my opinion. Then, the Mackenzies will finally unite with Claire and Jamie. We will watch the two, trying to solve the mysteries surrounding the time travel together as a couple, and then share their findings with Claire and Jamie, clarifying some questions about their lives and experiences. At the end of Season 8, we will witness Jamie and Claire's death. We all know that they will die because of a fire at their house. We don't know why the fire will take place and how exactly will the couple die, but we know that this will be the end of them. And then that famous scene with Jamie's ghost in front of Claire's window will take place. And I'm getting chills even thinking about it alone. But let me know what you are most excited about Outlander Season 8. Season 8 of the show will be out before the end of 2025. The filming is already complete, and it is expected the show to hit stars around October 2025. For more weekly updates on Outlander, make sure to like and follow. For all the details about the upcoming Outlander prequel series, Blood of My Blood, watch the video on the screen.